About 48,000 years ago, somewhere in what we now call Germany, a Neanderthal got really close to a cave lion. Not spotted it across a field close. Not saw it from a safe distance close. Spear into the abdomen close. The weapon went in from below, slipped between the organs, and hit a rib from the inside. That rib survived, and that tiny puncture mark, smaller than your palm, is the oldest direct evidence we have of a human relative hunting a lion. But here's the question nobody really asks after that. What happened next? Did they just leave it there? Or did they stand over the most dangerous predator in their world, skin it, cut it up, and eat it? Spoiler, yeah, sometimes they did. But the full story is way weirder and way more impressive than that. First, let's talk about the animal itself, because cave lion is kind of a misleading name. It wasn't some cave-dwelling creature lurking in the dark. It was a massive predator, often bigger than modern African lions, that roamed across Ice Age Europe and Asia. Open grasslands, river valleys, frozen plains. It hunted horses, reindeer, bison, young mammoths. Sound familiar? Because humans hunted all those same animals. So picture this. Two intelligent, social, cooperative predators, both following the same herds, both using the same landscapes, both occasionally trying to claim the same caves. That's the world ancient humans lived in, every single day. And yeah, lions could absolutely kill people. A lone human, a child, anyone caught off guard? Fair game. These weren't just big cats. They were competitors. Apex predators who understood where necks were located, if you know what I mean. So deliberately hunting one? That sounds almost crazy. Except it wasn't. Not if you had a group. No serious researcher thinks a lone Neanderthal walked up to a healthy lion and challenged it to a duel. That's a great way to become a cautionary tale. But a coordinated group? That changes everything. Surround the animal. Attack from multiple sides. Use spears, and don't underestimate those. Properly made wooden spears are serious weapons. Hardened tips, balanced shafts, force concentrated into a narrow point. We've actually found complete wooden hunting spears hundreds of thousands of years old. These weren't sticks. They were tools built with real intention. Add terrain into the mix. A narrow canyon limits how the lion can move. Deep snow slows it down. A rock wall cuts off escape. And suddenly, the math starts shifting in the human's favor. Oh, and the target probably wasn't a healthy adult male in the middle of an open field. More likely, a wounded animal. An old one. A young one separated from the group, or one distracted by a meal, though approaching a lion at dinner is a bold strategy. The point is, this was calculated, strategic, not random bravery. Now, back to that German skeleton, the one from Siegsdorf. When it was first discovered, researchers knew Neanderthals had butchered it. There were cut marks on the bones. But cut marks alone don't prove hunting. You can butcher an animal you found already dead. What cracked the case was that rib, the puncture, the angle, experimental comparisons with weapon wounds. It all pointed to a wooden spear entering from below while the lion was likely on its side, already down, probably being finished off. This wasn't someone poking a carcass out of curiosity. The injury happened while soft tissue still surrounded the bone. This was a kill. And then, the Neanderthals processed the body. Here's where it gets genuinely fascinating. Did they eat it? Probably, at least sometimes. But food was only one reason to process the animal. Let's talk about the hide first, because this is the part people sleep on. A lion pelt is enormous. It's warm. It's visually unmistakable. And it's extremely hard to get. That skin could work as bedding, clothing, a covering, or something much more significant. At a cave in Germany called Unicorn Cave, researchers found cave lion toe bones going back at least 190,000 years. Cut marks showed that Neanderthals had carefully removed a pelt and kept the paws and claws attached. The hide had apparently been carried into the cave. 190,000 years ago? That's tens of thousands of years before the famous Ice Age paintings. Neanderthals were treating lion skins as objects worth keeping long before modern humans showed up with their art supplies. And it continued. At a cave in Spain, La Garma, archaeologists found 9 lion toe bones from around 17,000 years ago, arranged in a way that clearly came from a pelt with the claws still on, in a deep interior space where ritual activity has been proposed. Someone carried the skin of an apex predator into the depths of a cave. That's not leftovers. That's a statement. What kind of statement? Honestly, we don't know for sure. A lion pelt could mean strength, identity, a story, protection, hunting success, spiritual significance. Probably some combination of all of it, because practical and symbolic things aren't mutually exclusive. Your winter coat keeps you warm, and you picked it because it looks good. Ancient humans clearly saw lions as more than just calories. Upper Paleolithic artists painted them in detail, showing their bodies, their behavior, sometimes interacting with prey. The Lion Man sculpture, a figure with a human body and a lion's head carved from ivory, is one of the most famous prehistoric artifacts we have. Lions occupied mental space, not just physical space. So killing one? That probably carried serious social weight. An extraordinary story to tell. Claws and teeth you could wear. Prestige. Shared memory. Something that made the group stronger just by having done it. But here's another angle people don't think about much. Defense. Not every lion hunt started as a hunt. A lion near camp threatened your kids, your food, maybe your dogs. A lion occupying a useful cave blocked access to shelter. A lion that kept following your hunting group and stealing your kills, that needed to go. Removing it was protection first. Everything else came second. And once it was dead, once the danger was gone, why wouldn't you use every part of it? Meat, fat, bone marrow, hide, teeth, claws, sinew. Ancient humans were incredibly good at turning an animal body into multiple useful things. A kill made for safety could end up as food, clothing, tools, and ritual objects, all from the same carcass. Now, one big question hangs over all of this. Did humans help wipe out cave lions? Cave lions went extinct near the end of the Ice Age, along with mammoths, woolly rhinos, and a lot of other megafauna. Did we do that? Directly hunting them? Probably not on its own. Direct evidence of lion kills is rare in the archaeological record. Humans weren't eating lion every week. This was exceptional behavior, not routine. But here's the thing. You don't need to kill every lion personally to push a species over the edge. Humans were taking the same prey animals lions depended on. Humans were moving into and occupying the same landscapes. Humans were sometimes killing individual lions. And unlike lions, humans could adapt. New weapons, new strategies, new territories, faster than any predator could respond. The cave lion couldn't call a meeting about the declining reindeer population and invent a new hunting technique by spring. Humans basically did exactly that. So the balance shifted. Slowly, over thousands of years, but it shifted. The animal that once stalked the edges of human camps, picking off stragglers in the dark, became something humans could surround, bring down, skin, and carry home. That's not a story about humans being fearless. Fear was probably essential to doing it right. The hunters who survived were the ones who took it seriously. It's a story about cooperation, patience, tools, reading the landscape, and understanding that the most dangerous thing in your world didn't have to stay that way forever. Pretty wild thing to think about, honestly.